Yes, and welcome back. Of course, this is the Touchline, and time for us to delve into the fun zone where we put a spotlight or have a spotlight on major events, but across the borders, across Africa and also in Europe. But basically, it's all about soccer. So in this case, we're talking about a tournament that's been ongoing in the continent for the last 25 days. Across 15 teams have taken part, and also now comes to a final tomorrow, right? And that's the Women's Africa Cup of Nations that has been ongoing in Morocco. Finally, it will be decided tomorrow. That's Ghana, not Ghana. Ghana faced South Africa yesterday in the third place playoff. But tomorrow, right, it will be today, right? That's the final between hosts Morocco and Nigeria. So who will go with it? And also be looking at the transfers in EPL, Italy, and also in Bundesliga, and also the ongoing international friendlies involving a couple of European clubs. Welcome, Bernardo Kumu, once again right here. And of course, time to introduce the panel that I'm with here, and Mark Haemba on my immediate right. Mark, good to see you again after Alal. And Frederick Osano is an upcoming journalist, also attached in the newsroom here at KBC. And of course, Barry Silla, welcome again. Good to have you guys. So let's talk about the WAFCON. It's been an interesting one. Mark, what are some of the key highlights that you've picked up from this tournament that has been ongoing for the last 2 weeks and finally ending today?
I think when you look at the current tournament, the women, I think let me say how the girls are playing at the moment. It's their game is...
They show progress, they show some...
They're showing progress, they're playing beautiful football.
For real.
Sometimes, if you are not keen, you cannot think that the men are playing, but when...
Why so? Why do you think, why so?
I think the women's football has changed rapidly. Then again, it has also been given the spotlight. So
yes,
the girls are also putting in more energy to show that they can also conquer just the same way like the men counterpart. Yeah.
Maybe unlucky teams that went out in the group say yes, they were so good. I think for me it was Botswana and Tanzania too, who did so well.
I think, personally, I will go with Botswana. They were unlucky.
They were unlucky, right?
Yeah.
Osano, looking at maybe these particular matches that have been ongoing, what would you say about the women football, just to add on what Mark had said?
Okay, I can say, looking at how during this WAFCON that has been ongoing, I can say that the women football is growing. Is growing compared to the previous years.
Yes.
So what I can say is that I can just add on my Mark. Yeah.
Nice one. And also maybe Barry in the final tomorrow, in the final later today, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Nigeria, I know they've missed the title in the last 3 editions, right? But when this particular tournament began, they were the undisputed kings or queens, you know. They reigned for so long, but we've seen other teams that have come in and, cut short their reign.
Yeah.
You know, South Africa's won it. There was also Guinea-Bissau, you know. We've seen Morocco really doing so well, and they've shown the urge to want it. Do you think that Morocco again will lose the final because they lost the last edition's final at home?
Yeah, 3 years ago, yes.
Yes.
Against South Africa. Yes. First of all, it's kudos to Morocco to that level as hosts under the pressure against big teams to get to this level. But having said that, they're facing a monumental task because they are going against head-to-head in a final against people who are used to winning it. 8-time winners Nigeria. So on paper, of course, Nigeria look to have the upper hand. But in terms of football, Morocco are displaying very good football, spirited fighters. Nigeria has to be very cautious. The game will be played not on social media, but on the pitch for 90 minutes. So it's going to be interesting how both sides approach the game in terms of tactics and techniques. But yeah, on paper, even realistically, Nigeria look to have an upper hand.
Yes. Nigeria, Osano, maybe a number of players that maybe Nigeria will rely on, and interested that we didn't see Asisato Shaola in this tournament.
Yeah, but let me add on what Barry said. I think Nigeria are better compared to Morocco because when you look at how they have been playing, they have won all their matches, I think, and they have conceded only a single goal, I think. So I think they will be eyeing to clinch their 10th title, I think, against Morocco. So I think Nigeria here are better.
Better players. Are they the most hungry side you've seen, Mark?
We can say they're the most experienced side because when you look at Morocco, the last time they won was 2000. So they will be aiming
in the initial stages of this tournament.
Yes. So
and maybe there were 3 teams participating.
when you compare the quality between the two sides, definitely everyone will go with Nigeria, but anything can happen. We saw in the FIFA Club World Cup, anything can happen.
Yo, and the final.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, sure. I think not here, but I remember when we were talking about that particular final. Everybody on this set gave PSG. Some were like 100%, 99%, so but it turned out different.
So it will depend with the tactics that the Moroccan team head coach will come with, because if he can be just a little bit clever, then Morocco can lift the title. Yes. That's the same way Maresca just introduced James in the midfield, changed everything. So he can also have
and pocketed akina Vitinha and everybody.
Kabisa. So anaweza kuwa pia na secret weapon yake akuja introducing ita kill the Nigerian team. So in football anything is possible.
And that was a master stroke from Maresca. I think he should now go and coach Manchester United.
No.
But anyway, so Morocco under coach Jorge Vilda, the one who led Spain to the World Cup Spain to the World Cup triumph against England in 2023, right? Yeah. So I mean, such experience, of course, it will count.
Yeah.
And maybe for Nigeria, players like Akina Alozie, Ejebade, they've been crucial for them. Yeah. Barry.
Absolutely crucial. Like Fred has said, experience counts. Nigeria is quite a huge chunk of experienced players. But number 2, Nigeria has many people who can change the game. So Morocco has to be very cautious, even as they plan or plot to hold Nigeria. They have to be cautious because anybody, you saw the other day, a right back scored the winning goal.
Sure.
So it tells you, I think, how Nigeria sets up. I'm not sure you can just go out and say we are marking this particular person, because other people can come and turn around. So I'd say Morocco has its work cut out. They'll depend a lot on home turf, of course, but they have to do their homework very right, even as they try to hold and maybe hit. Maybe more Nigeria probably on the counters.
Yes, so watch the final, of course, today. That's on KBC Channel 1 starting at 11 p.m. That's between Nigeria and host Morocco, the finale of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations 2024. So 2025, 2026, Kenya is also knocking the door. We hope to be there. Botswana did, of course, qualify at the expense of Kenya last time. But this time, I think we have only one round to go before we get there. Right, in 2026. Yeah.
We have the chance to go there, but when you look the way things are run in Kenya.
In the women's team, right?
Yeah.
It's a letdown, disappointment from this new office.
Yeah, the federation has let down the women, because if they are still complaining they have not been paid.
For real. And a lot of
the friendlies they played in Morocco.
Ivory Coast,
Sekafa. You see, every time they call the players to the national team, they're like, they decline the call-up because of the allowances that are unpaid. So I think the federation has to do something. Otherwise, again, we will lose that chance.
So we play Gambia, that's in October. Osano, what do you think should happen between now and October?
Between now and October, I think, first of all, the federation needs to clear all the payments because that are pending, so that our girls can go in that match against Gambia knowing motivated and fully focused in winning that match, and then we wait in 2026 to play the WAFCON.
Because Gambia is beatable, right?
Gambia is beatable compared to these guys we saw even in earlier qualifiers or even in WAFCON. Like my colleagues have said, the biggest motivator is money. If you clear the arrears, we have a good team, and so they can even borrow other players from the under-20s. Just to fill under 17 as well. Yes, so I think we have a good technical bench, we have a good team. They're only distracted with the money issues. If we can settle that, and then now we can move even beyond, think beyond Gambia and think of the WAFCON.
So that's how it stands. Of course, the WAFCON culminated today, but of course for Kenya, They're dreaming about being there in 2026. That's the next edition of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. But just as said, remember to watch the final today against, it's between Morocco and Nigeria. Away from that, let's talk about the transfers ongoing. As far as the European football is concerned, Mark, the eye-catching transfer, the completed ones, Mbumo coming to Manchester United, what kind of a role does he, will he play under the head coach, and does he fit the style?
I think when you look the approach that Manchester United is using currently, it's going for players who have proven track record playing the English Premier League. So what the manager lacked last season, the manager's system uses 2 number 10s. When you look at the previous season, he lacked 1 number 10. So he used to force
Garnacho
to play Garnacho as the right number 10.
Yes.
So when you look at Mbeumo, definitely Mbeumo will be playing left number 10. No, right number 10.
Yes.
Then Cunha will be playing the other side. So when you look at the signings, they are not bad, but I still think Manchester United has a lot to do in terms of the midfield department and their goalkeeping department.
And Casemiro, of course, still around. We need to also find somebody who fresher legs, younger legs.
Yeah, that's why I've said they need to at least just one to reinforce the midfield in absence of Casemiro, because he's aging. So he will not give you that. He will not be at his peak all the season. He might be at peak maybe at the start of the season or at the end of the season.
But tired towards the end because of the age, right? And Onana still keeping his position. Do you think Manchester need to sign a well, tested number 2 to deputize him?
I think Manchester United should try between now and when
the window closes.
The window closes. I think they should find another goalkeeper, because as you can see, they just concluded the season. Onana has been costing Manchester United in terms of points.
The defense, right?
Yes, so I think if they are aiming to improve their position come next season, I think they will have first of all to replace Onana or find another competitor. A competitor, yeah.
I mean, Barry, are Manchester United signing satisfactory?
Yes, Cunha coming in, Mbeumo as well. As my colleagues have said, they'll add a bit of bite up front, which is good, which is a bit lacking. Because I feel like Højlund really struggled. Zaxi was all over the place. So these 2 guys are bringing bite and punch up front. But like Fred has said, Manchester need, in my view, a CDM to help Casemiro. We can't really depend on Casemiro. And Minos is still young. They have to manage him. And also, in my view, we need a goalkeeper. Once you get a goalkeeper who not necessarily deputizes Onana, but Onana can compete with, so this guy can have the position 1. That would be great. But having said that, 2 more signings or 3 at the max would be great. In my view, they just need to work on tightening the defense. These guys are experienced, the defenders here. It's not that they're really bad. Build the communication and chemistry, and I think Manchester will come back to where it belongs.
And of course, at the same time, Barry, Arsenal finally having their man.
Yeah, Gyökeres. Yeah, it's been up and down all over the place in terms of, is he coming, is he not? There was a bit of issues in terms of what is the agency doing? The club, the previous club, Sporting, wanted some money. I think 2.5 difference. Now that that has been sorted, now they officially now have their number 10 or the number 9 who can, score goals, and the people around him can create. Talk about Trossard, Martinelli, Saka. So they have quite a bit of people. This is the first in a long time season where Arsenal has signed many players, and not just random players. They got that defender from Valencia, Mosquera, a young man, towering guy. They've gotten Kepa, of course, second keeper.
Replaced Partey with Nogard.
Yes, Nogard. So they're serious. They look very serious. There was many rumors saying Berechi will come through, Eze, and so I mean. To this end, I think Arsenal has done good business, and the season is still long, so we are yet to see if maybe they'll bring more. But so far, I think they've done a commendable job.
What has been impressive, Osano, for in this Arsenal signings? What do you think has been one of the the most
impressive
important sign they've done?
I think the most important sign they have done is getting Victor Gyökeres. I think we have been waiting for quite some time.
You are an Arsenal fan?
No, I'm not an Arsenal fan. They all have been waiting for Victor Gyökeres to arrive, and finally has arrived. They've been complaining that they not winning the league because they lack a proper number 9. Now they have him. So we are still waiting to see during the coming season how they will work with Victor Gyökeres and if they will manage to clinch the title.
Yeah, but it's also, you know, Gyökeres has also been in English Premier, in English football, right?
Everton, I think.
Crystal Palace, and it must have been Brighton, right?
Yeah,
and,
early days, yes.
Then he went to with Coventry in the Championship, scored. He was in the team of the year of the season at that time. He's coming back. So, do you think it's easy for him to walk into the English football? Because we saw players like Akina Anthony walishindwa kabisa with English football, sure, but they went to Spain, they shined.
Yeah, I think Victor Gyökeres will shine in the English league because we can see even during the Champions League he scored a hat-trick against Manchester City, the reigning champions. So I think he's capable of delivering what Arsenal need in terms of goals, in terms of goals so that they can win titles. Yeah.
Mark, 54 goals in 52 games for Gyökeres, valuable, right?
That's wow.
Yeah.
So my only concern is Odegaard. You know, he's the sole supply of Arsenal. I don't know if he can improve his form or last season we didn't see that Odegaard we are used to because last season he was out of form. So if Arsenal can manage to work on his form, then definitely Arsenal side is a side to watch. Yeah.
Arsenal is a side to watch, right?
Yeah.
And right now, of course, they are in Singapore, taking part in the friendly match. It also involves Leeds, Newcastle, and AC Milan. They won against AC Milan on Monday. Yes,
Yeah,
but
maybe,
as we wind up.
Yeah, as we wind up, it's going to be interesting, the battle of top scorer. Chelsea Football Club have already gotten Pedro. Liverpool have got Etikite. We don't know yet.
Manchester have Mbumo.
Yeah, Man City have Haaland.
Yes.
So it's going to be very interesting how the season starts. If all teams keep their key men healthy, then the thing to watch is the Golden Boot. It's going to be very
yes, indeed. Prediction for how the season could be? I know it's early.
Wow, man, it's too early. Maybe, in my view, based on what Liverpool has done, I think Liverpool can defend it. Yeah.
Sano?
On my view, I think
Arsenal's their season?
I think this is Arsenal season. They have been lacking lacking a striker, proper striker, and now they have. I think that is what has been costing them in the past few seasons. So I think now that they have Victor Gyökeres, I think they can now try and see if they will win this trophy.
Yeah, and also they finished 17 goals fewer than Liverpool last season, right? Yes. Mark, for Manchester United, it's a long road. Top 6 could be a great performance.
Yeah, I can say for Manchester, top 6 could be great because when you look at the quality that the squad has, and when you compare with the other teams, Manchester United, the quality is still low, but I think Liverpool has done commendable job. Yeah.
Nice one. Thank you so much, Barry, Sano, and Aimba for your insights as well as creating time on the fan zone. Thank you so much for watching. Let's meet next Saturday. Up until then, take good care of yourself.